Have you ever experienced this? You've been working out consistently for months, building muscle and getting stronger, but then life happens. Maybe you get busy with work, go on vacation, or just need a break. And after just 1 week away from the gym, you look in the mirror and panic, thinking all your hard work has vanished overnight. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of fitness enthusiasts worldwide share this exact fear. I personally went through this during the pandemic, when gyms were closed for months. After 3 years of dedicated training, I watched what felt like my entire physique disappearing day by day. But here's the thing. What we fear might not be the complete truth. Today, I'm going to share some absolutely mind-blowing research from Harvard Medical School and other leading institutions that will completely change how you think about taking breaks from exercise. The science behind muscle loss is both more concerning and more hopeful than you might imagine. Stay until the end because I'll reveal a phenomenon called muscle memory. That could be your ultimate game changer. But first, let me ask you something that might shock you. What if I told you that significant changes in your muscles begin within just 72 hours of stopping exercise? And what if I also told you that there's a scientifically proven way to get everything back faster than you originally built it? This is the reality of detraining and muscle memory, two phenomena that every person who exercises needs to understand. Detraining refers to the physiological changes that occur when you stop regular physical activity. It's not just about muscle size. It encompasses strength, endurance, and cardiovascular fitness too. Here's where it gets really interesting. Research from the University of Copenhagen shows that muscle protein synthesis rates drop by 27% within just 3 days of stopping exercise. That feeling you get when you think your muscles are already shrinking? It's not entirely in your head. However, and this is crucial, what you're experiencing in those first few days isn't actually muscle loss. It's primarily glycogen and water depletion. Glycogen is the stored form of carbohydrates in your muscles. And when you stop training, these stores rapidly deplete, taking the associated water with them. This is why you might notice your muscles looking smaller and the scale dropping. But it's not real muscle tissue disappearing yet. So when does actual muscle loss begin? This is where the research from Sweden's Karolinska Institute becomes fascinating. Real muscle fiber atrophy doesn't start until 10 to 14 days after you stop training. This is when the contractile proteins, actin and myosin, begin breaking down, leading to genuine muscle mass reduction. But here's the shocking part about the speed. A study from Ball State University found that, after just 2 weeks of complete training cessation, strength decreases by an average of 12%. After 4 weeks, you're looking at a 23% decline. Even more surprising, lower body strength decreases 1.5 times faster than upper body strength. Likely because leg muscles rely more heavily on regular loading from exercise, since they're constantly working against gravity in daily life. What's particularly interesting is that strength loss happens much faster than muscle mass loss. This is because strength isn't just about muscle size. It's heavily dependent on neuromuscular efficiency. When you stop training, your brain's ability to efficiently recruit muscle fibers deteriorates before the actual muscle tissue shrinks. Now, here's where the story takes an incredible turn. Enter muscle memory, one of the most remarkable discoveries in exercise science. This phenomenon explains why muscle you've built before is much easier to rebuild than creating it from scratch. The secret lies in muscle nuclei. When you build muscle through training, the number of nuclei per muscle fiber increases. Here's the amazing part. Even when muscle mass decreases during detraining, these extra nuclei remain. They act like cellular memory banks, ready to rapidly restart protein synthesis when you begin training again. A groundbreaking study from Maastricht University in the Netherlands demonstrated this beautifully. Participants who built muscle over 6 months, then stopped training for 3 months, were able to regain their previous muscle mass 60% faster than it took to build initially. This isn't just encouraging, it's revolutionary. But how long does this muscle memory last? Research from McMaster University, tracking subjects for over 20 years, found that these extra nuclei persist for at least 15 years, and possibly for life. This means that even if you built muscle decades ago, your body still remembers and can rebuild more efficiently. However, individual responses vary dramatically. Age, gender, training history, genetics, nutrition, and lifestyle all play crucial roles. Generally, the older you are, the shorter your training history, and the poorer your protein intake, the faster muscle loss occurs. Women typically experience slower muscle loss rates than men, though this changes dramatically after menopause due to hormonal shifts. Men show greater individual variation based on testosterone levels. Boston University research found that men with higher testosterone levels experience 40% slower muscle loss rates. So how do you minimize muscle loss during unavoidable breaks? First, paradoxically, increase your protein intake above normal levels. When you're not training, muscle protein synthesis rates drop, so you need more dietary protein to compensate. Aim for 1.5 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Second, maintain some activity rather than complete rest. University of Liverpool research showed that just 2 light resistance sessions per week can reduce muscle loss by up to 70%. Simple bodyweight exercises or light dumbbell work at home can be incredibly protective. Third, prioritize sleep quality. 80% of growth hormone is released during deep sleep, which is absolutely critical for muscle maintenance. Aim for at least 7 hours of quality sleep nightly. Fourth, manage stress effectively. Cortisol, the stress hormone, directly promotes muscle breakdown. Regular meditation, reading, or listening to music can significantly help manage stress levels. Finally, reduce inflammation through nutrition. Chronic inflammation accelerates muscle breakdown. Omega-3 rich fish, nuts, antioxidant-rich berries, and green vegetables can all help combat inflammatory processes. When returning to exercise, timing and approach are critical. Many people make the dangerous mistake of jumping back to their previous intensity immediately. While muscle memory exists, joints, ligaments, and tendons have likely weakened during the break. Melbourne University guidelines recommend starting at 60% of previous intensity. If you've been off for 2 weeks, gradually increasing over 2 weeks. If you've been away for a month or more, start at 50% and take 3 weeks to build back up. Interestingly, strength typically recovers within 2 to 4 weeks to 80% or more of previous levels, while muscle mass takes 6 to 12 weeks. This difference often confuses people who feel strong quickly, but don't see visual changes as fast. Age affects recovery rates significantly. People in their 20s can typically return to previous condition within 6 to 8 weeks, thanks to robust muscle memory. However, those over 40 might need 12 to 16 weeks, which is completely normal and not cause for concern. For women, menstrual cycle considerations matter. Hormonal fluctuations affect muscle recovery, with the period from ovulation to menstruation showing slower recovery due to estrogen and progesterone changes. During this time, slightly reducing intensity and focusing on recovery is beneficial. The type of training also matters. Muscle built through weight training shows the strongest memory effect and fastest recovery. Endurance from cardiovascular training disappears more quickly and takes longer to rebuild, making weight training the priority when time is limited. Nutrition timing becomes crucial during the comeback phase. Consuming 20 to 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes post-workout can elevate muscle protein synthesis for up to 3 hours. Fast-absorbing whey protein or egg whites work best here. 2 hours post-workout, combine complex carbohydrates with complete proteins to replenish glycogen stores. Hydration can't be overlooked either. Dehydration can reduce muscle protein synthesis rates by up to 20%. During exercise, drink 150 to 200 milliliters every 15 minutes. Post-workout, consume 150% of the fluid weight you lost through sweat. whether you need a break or are ready to restart after time away. Approach it systematically using today's information. Your body is smarter and more resilient than you imagine. Most importantly, have the courage to begin again, regardless of how long you've been away or how much you think you've lost. Muscle memory is waiting for you. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and share it with anyone struggling with similar concerns. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell for more science-based, practical health and fitness information. I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong.